morning. Thank you for joining me today. I get to finish up with some planting. It's kind of early. Normally I like to plant in the evening, but that's just not going to work today because I got to work tonight. So things got to get done. I finished planting my Brussels sprouts and my broccoli last night. So today we're going to be working on cabbage and beets. And I absolutely adore beets. I also like Brussels sprouts. I don't know, maybe I guess when you grow it in your own garden it's different. But there's going to be a ton of beets. And we're going to be doing things like freezing them, putting them in smoothies, pickling them. It's going to be good stuff. So here we go. So one of the things that I did when I was planting my garden was I put all my my Brussels sprouts and my broccoli and my cabbage along in the same line. Now I also put onions throughout that because you can't have a monoculture. I also have things like yarrow in there because you want to have some perennials in there, and yarrow is a good plant to definitely confuse the pests. And so got to have perennials with your annuals and things that are very pungent to keep those pests away. So that would be the onion. Okay, so I put those all together so that it's easy for me to cover them. Now I have problems with cabbage moths here, and they attack my broccoli and my Brussels sprouts and my cabbage. And so if I put them all together, I only have to worry about one net over them rather than a bunch of little nets everywhere that I have to keep adjusting. So this just keeps it easy for me. That net can kind of double as a frost guard during the early part of the season, and it's just a win-win-win-win-win. So today cabbage, and I'll put the cover on then. So I had a bit of fun there. No matter how many times I show those chickens that it's just water in the bucket, they still follow me everywhere I go with it, back and forth, and I show them Anyway, those chickens really like to have scratch greens, for sure. So we definitely, with our chickens, you can see they're even over here trying to see what I've got in my bucket. So our chickens during the summer when there's greenery growing and they're able to go up into the forest and stuff like that and things are growing, we definitely don't feed them, and they do really, really well. They are pure free range. They get all their food from bugs and plants that they find and they scavenge for themselves. And they are incredible egg layers. They are really, really good at taking care of the ticks on our area. Although this year we are going to be getting guineas just to make sure that there are no ticks, because it's supposed to be a pretty bad year for ticks. And well, it's just an excuse, really. I just love having guineas. So the the chickens that we have, we don't feed them during the spring, the summer, or the fall when there's lots of stuff for them to forage. And so if we had them in a closed off area where they weren't able to scavenge so much, we would feed them more and we would supplement, but we don't need to. And they are happy, healthy, egg producing chickens. So it's a good system. Okay, so I got all those plants in that I wanted to get in. I'm going to plant some more calendula because that darn chicken ate mine. Oh, I better make sure this closes. And then I'm going to get my seeds and I'm going to start planting or replanting by direct seed things like the peas that got eaten, and turnips and radishes and things like that. So frustration. I lost 3 weeks of growing time with that, and now's a good time for me to get my carrots in the ground. I have carrots planted already, but I'm doing succession planting with that, so I want to get those carrots in as soon as possible. So as far as the other seeds, this is not the right time for lunar planting, biodynamic gardening, to plant those, but I got to get them in the ground. I did my best, and people have planted on the non-lunar cycle before and had great success. It's just not quite as easy, I think, so gonna get the seeds and get started. Okay, so I'm also going to plant a couple of sporadic seeds in different places because I found them and I want to. So I'm gonna do a border of chives around my lavender garden, just because I think it'll look pretty and it'll kind of keep back the grass. And then I'm also going to put a bunch of wildflower bee loving plants on the grassy hill between it and the driveway as we go up to the second food forest, because the bees are on the lavender hill and we got to keep those bees happy, and more flowers also keeps me happy. Okay, so I got these two things. They're so easy. Get it? So easy. I love a good gardening pun. I got dill and chives because dill is really great for bees and also for butterflies, and I like butterflies. And then also the chives, with them having the so easy type seeds, I can plant them on something that looks like this, and I'm not too worried about if they do fantastically or not. I do want some of them to start, and so that's why I got these specific kind. I got some nicer seeds that are maybe a little bit more difficult to get started for my garden, where I can tend them more. But as you can see, this is just kind of like a scrappy little wayside. So I got the so easy, and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle around, tap some dirt over it, and kind of let it do its thing. The name of the game for this hill is easy. So again, the idea is keeping it easy, and we're gonna get rain all weekend starting tomorrow, so I'm not even gonna water those. Just gonna let nature take its course, because I have more time that I need to spend in the actual garden rather than just kind of like piddle paddling right here. So in the summer, in the fall, I'll start really getting some good stuff going on in there. But right now, I just want to get a couple of things started, and it's going to be easy to get the chives going. Chives are notoriously easy seeds to start. It's almost like you don't even have to do anything, and they just kind of do their own thing. It's really nice, and dill especially as well. But especially if you get the so easy ones, just cover them with dirt. When it rains, it'll take care of itself. Okay, so I had this really cool thing happen this spring. As I'm taking care of the garden and putting all the mulch in and everything, I discovered chamomile growing prolifically. Now, this is a really big deal for me because last year I tried to plant chamomile like 20 times and it didn't work. I even bought plants and it didn't really work. I planted chamomile the year before and it didn't work, and it was frustrating me so much. Why can't I plant chamomile? And now, granted, I was putting in the same bed over and over, and I probably should have tried a different bed or something like that, but I was stubborn about my garden plan. And I guess all the seeds that I planted last year, maybe even the year before, needed to stratify. And so I was very surprised when I saw prolific chamomile growth, because it's not a perennial, it's an annual here. And I had chamomile growing by itself, and I couldn't understand why. especially since I didn't have any plants last year. And I realized, upon thinking about it quite a lot, because I almost obsessed over this, that my seeds that I had planted last year didn't take, and they stratified over the winter. And because of that, this spring, as soon as we started getting warm weather, it started to grow. And that was the problem that I had. Apparently, I needed to stratify my chamomile seeds. Now, in the meantime, because I knew that I wasn't getting any chamomile from the regular German chamomile seeds that I was planting, I bought Zlatilan, which is a type of chamomile, a type of German chamomile that apparently just really does well prolifically, self-seeds, is easier than the regular chamomile, which is saying something because, well, gosh darn it, regular chamomile is supposed to be super easy, and I don't understand. I mean, I grew licorice from seeds and astragalus from seeds, and it should be easier than those things, which are notoriously difficult. I grew lavender from seeds. I couldn't grow chamomile, right? Apparently not. I don't know. Well, anyway, this year I am growing Zlatilan into the bed of now already abundant chamomile because it's stratified over the winter and now is growing on its own. So hopefully I'll have an abundance of chamomile this year because chamomile is very important to me in my herbal remedies. Okay, so now that I got my chamomile done, my chives done, my what was that other thing I planted? Dill. Okay, since I got those done, I'm going to plant some red Russian kale that I got. Can you see it? Red Russian kale. It's fuzzy, stubborn. Okay, that I got from one of my seed exchanges. Some butterhead lettuce that I got from one of my seed exchanges. May queen lettuce. Man, the wind is really testing out whether or not my new fuzzy microphone works. I hope it works. May queen lettuce and some spinach, some long-standing Bloomsdale spinach. I'm going to put those in the ground today because the darn chicken. I had wonderful seedlings going, and I'm pretty sure that the chicken ate them. And there's a lot of evidence leading me to believe this, and everything else is doing well. And not all the lettuce is gone, just the ones that were close to where there was telltale chicken scratches. So I'm going to plant some more and try to figure out a way to keep these chickens out of this highly enclosed area. I don't even know how they're doing this. Are they magic? Maybe they're magic. So I wish I could spend every day, all day in the garden. I have 8 different projects that I need to be doing probably right at this very moment in the garden and around the garden for the food forest, for the animals. And I have kids, and I homeschool, and I teach karate, and I sometimes like to cook meals for my family so they can eat healthily. So it's really difficult. So I give myself grace, and in order to do that, I give myself one goal a day. Did I accomplish one thing in the garden or the food forest or something like that? And if I can accomplish one thing, that's one step towards everything that I want done being done. And one step a day, you can really get far. And so today I didn't get to the lettuce or the kale because I got to get to work. But I did get the Bloomsdale spinach. I did get the chamomile. I did get the chives and the and that other one, I can't remember. Dill. There we go. I did get the seedlings planted that I want to get planted, and then I got some mulch put down. So it wasn't a ton, But I do know that now, because of what I did, things are growing in the garden that weren't growing before. Now I know that those couple wheelbarrows full of mulch that I got before, I don't need to do anymore. I got that done. The next time that I do it, it's just going to be a couple less that I have to do. And it's just going to get easier and easier if I keep doing the one thing a day. And if all I did was plant chives, that's still a win, because I got to play a board game with my son today. I got to cuddle on the couch with my daughters and watch a special movie with them. I made them a really healthy lunch, and I was able to get some work done with these YouTube videos earlier today. And I got to be outside for a little while, and now I get to go teach some people how to defend themselves in case something bad ever happens. And so it's a good day. Even if I didn't get all the things done that I wanted to do in the garden, I got something done, one thing a day, and I can smile and be happy. Thank you for being with me on this video. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope that if you haven't had a chance to get out in the garden today, that you do. And please like this video. All you have to do is tap that like button. It's real easy, doesn't cost you anything. And then also, if you could subscribe to my channel, that would help me out a lot. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can see when any new videos are posted. You have a wonderful day and stay blessed.